whatever technique you do, it's gonna work. You're basically calling their bluff. But what happens if you get to the guy that, like for me, when I was being the bad guy at work, my job was to kill people. And when I say to kill people, like I'm sitting on guns, I have my knife right over here, and then I'm waiting for that first touch. That first initial touch. And then when you touch somebody, that's gonna show you, like, oh, if you're going to be aggressive. Like, I mean, for you got a strong grip, right? So you came up to me and you grabbed me, right? Yeah, you just grabbed me. Okay, so right over there, it's kind of like weak, meaning that it's like you can't see. I can tell as a bad guy that this guy doesn't want to fight. You know, versus a guy. When you use your French, if you go ahead and you basically grab me, you can just see like, oh crap, like this guy is like, you're thinking like, oh crap, I'm not going to play around. And the biggest thing is when we talk about like mentality, I can tell you my very first fight. Have you guys been to California?
Yes.
You guys know where El Monte, California is?
No.
El Monte is like the hood, like in LA, where you people have like, I think it's called a W and an S tattooed on their eyes. They had like teardrops. So my first fight was in El Monte, California at this small gym. And I remember the guy had 7 fights, he was 15 pounds heavier, but I was a cocky little guy. And you know, I was like, yeah, I'll fight him, who cares? And I remember the first thing I do, and I actually put it in my book, it was the funniest thing. I go in there, we go into the middle, right over here, I'm just like a little douche, you know, I was like, yeah, I got you. And then I put my hand out, he puts his hand out, and then like, you know, like about to touch gloves, he went, boom! I turned around, and then I think I shot him. I was like, dude, I'm in your ass kicked. And then I looked at him, I was like, dude, he looked a lot bigger than I thought. And right there, I just got my ass handed to me. So when it was just the funniest thing, but then it's so true. Like, I mean, I use that analogy because you think of like Rocky when he fought, right? Boom, and then he drops his hands. So whenever you're gonna go ahead and make an approach on anybody, I don't care if the person is a little toddler or if they're a person on a cane. And I can tell you, TSD guy, I remember Sedaris?
Who?
Sedaris?
Yeah.
So remember that when he was an officer, he was a patrol. You remember? I don't know if you remember this.
Dino?
Huh? Yes. Yeah, remember this? Mm-hmm. Well, they said that there was a guy on a bus that they needed to move. It was a guy in a cane, I kid you not, that was being very like loud and vocal. So you had to move him out of the bus. So the funny thing is that he went over there because, you know, it was like he's an older gentleman with a cane, and guess what happens? Apparently this guy in the cane used to be a professional boxer. So they said that he basically did something with his hands, boom, knocks him out. Knocks him out, and then people had to kind of flood and basically come to his aid. So never assume, it's funny as it actually happened. And it was funny because I did see him on a trip when I was out traveling, and I asked him, I said, let me ask you something. He said, what happened? He goes, dude, he goes, that guy, he goes, you don't judge a book by its cover. I go, he was moving slow, he had a cane, and then he said that he did something with his feet, like he switched it, made him look down, boom, and then like clocked him and then knocked him out. I kid you, it sounds so funny, but this is what I'm saying, that, you know, no matter who you're dealing with, is that it's better to be aggressive, and then guess what you can do? This is when we talk about de-escalate, and then go back down.